Someone treats you badly. You know you should speak up, but you don't. Your heart beats fast. A voice in your head says, "Let it go. It's not worth it. Keep the peace." Is that really peace? Or is it just the silence before a storm that will explode inside you later? You think you are being kind. The Stoics would say you are being cowardly. You are trading your self-respect for a moment of comfort. Think about your last week. How many times did you swallow your words? How many times did you agree to something you hated just to avoid an awkward moment? How many times did you let a small disrespect slide, telling yourself it didn't matter? You tell yourself you are a peaceful person. You tell yourself you hate drama. But be honest, do you hate drama? Or do you fear it? Do you choose peace? Or do you choose submission? There is a difference. A peaceful person can fight, but chooses not to. A submissive person cannot fight and calls it peace. The ancient Stoics were not pacifists. They were warriors of the mind. They knew that conflict is a natural part of life. To avoid all conflict is to avoid life itself. It is to let the weeds take over your garden because you are afraid to pull them out. It is to let the walls of your house crumble because you are afraid to pick up a hammer. Today, we are going to learn the art of conflict. Not the messy, emotional, screaming kind of conflict. That is for children. We are going to learn the Stoic art of cold confrontation. It is precise. It is calm. It is effective. It is the ability to stand your ground without raising your voice. To draw a line in the sand without shaking. To win the war without ever throwing a punch. This fear of conflict is a deep program. It comes from a time when being rejected by the tribe meant death. But you are not in a tribe anymore. You are in an office. You are in a relationship. You are in the modern world. And in this world, your fear is not keeping you safe. It is keeping you small. To break this fear, we must learn a new set of rules. We will now learn the 5 laws of cold confrontation. The first law. Why do most arguments turn into fights? Because we make it personal. We feel attacked, so we attack back. We use you statements. You are lazy. You are rude. You never listen. This is a declaration of war. When you attack a person's character, their ego goes into defense mode. They stop listening. They start fighting back. The conversation is over. The battle has begun. And in a battle of egos, everyone loses. The Stoic separates the person from the action. They view the problem as a third object in the room. It is not me versus you. It is us versus the problem. It is not the things themselves that disturb men, but their judgments about these things. Epictetus, your mission is to change your language. The next time you need to confront someone, ban the word you from your opening sentence. Instead of, "You are late," say, "The project is behind schedule." Instead of, "You are messy," say, "The kitchen is dirty." You are pointing at the object, not the person. You are inviting them to look at the problem with you, instead of forcing them to defend themselves against you. The second law. Why do you lose arguments? Because you get emotional. You talk about how you feel. "I feel like you don't respect me. I feel hurt." Your feelings are valid to you, but to the other person, they are just opinions. They can argue with your feelings. They can say, "You shouldn't feel that way." They can say, "That's not what I meant." Feelings are soft targets. They are easy to attack. The Stoic anchors their argument in facts. Facts are hard. Facts are cold. Facts cannot be argued with. If you rely on facts, you are standing on solid ground. If anyone can prove me wrong and show me my mistake in any thought or action, I shall gladly change. I seek the truth. Marcus Aurelius. Your mission is to become a reporter. Before you confront someone, write down the facts. Not, "You were rude, but you interrupted me 3 times in the meeting." Not, "You don't care, but you missed our date 2 times in a row." Present the data. Let the data do the arguing for you. Data does not scream. Data just is. A third law. This is the most common trap. You start an argument to fix a problem, but halfway through, your goal changes. You stop caring about the problem. You just want to win. You want to prove you are right. You want to make them feel small. This is the ego taking over. And the ego is a terrible general. It wastes energy on battles that don't matter. It burns bridges that you might need later. The Stoic has a single clear goal: to protect their boundary. That is it. They do not need an apology. They do not need the other person to admit they were wrong. They only need the behavior to stop. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Marcus Aurelius. If they scream, you do not scream. If they insult, you do not insult. You simply hold the line. I will not continue this conversation if you speak to me that way. That is the boundary. You defend the wall. You do not invade their territory. Your mission is to define the win. Before you speak, ask yourself, what is the one thing I need to change? Is it the tone of voice? Is it the deadline? Focus only on that one thing. If they try to drag you into a side argument, ignore it. Bring it back to the boundary. Be a broken record. I understand you are upset, but I cannot accept that deadline. You are learning to fight without fighting. You are learning that true power is calm, precise, and limited. If you are ready to stop avoiding conflict and start mastering it, then you must make a choice. Go to the comments right now. Make a simple, powerful declaration. Write, I choose my battles. This is your commitment to stop running and start leading. Now, let us learn the final master-level moves. The fourth law. Why are you afraid of conflict? Because you are afraid of losing the relationship. You are afraid they will leave. You are afraid you will be fired. You are negotiating from a place of fear. In negotiation, the person who is most willing to walk away has the most power. If you need the deal, you will accept the bad deal. If you need the person, you will accept bad behavior. The Stoic values their own character above any relationship. They prefer a life of solitude with dignity to a life of company with disrespect. Because they are whole within themselves, they do not need anyone to complete them. This gives them the ultimate power, the power to leave. No man is free who is not master of himself. Epictetus. Your mission is to visualize the exit. Before a difficult conversation, ask yourself, what will I do if this doesn't work? Make a plan B. Knowing you have a plan B removes the fear. It allows you to speak the truth because you are no longer a hostage to the outcome. The fifth law. Sometimes the best argument is no argument. Sometimes people say things just to get a reaction. They want to pull you into the mud. They want to make you angry because your anger validates them. Responding to every provocation is a weakness. It shows that you can be controlled. It shows that your buttons are easy to push. The Stoic uses silence as a weapon. When someone says something foolish or insulting or baiting, the Stoic does not reply. They simply look at them. They let the words hang in the air. They let the silence become heavy. Silence is a lesson learned from the many sufferings of life. Seneca. In that silence, the other person hears the echo of their own stupidity. They feel the weight of your disapproval. They become uncomfortable. They start to explain themselves. They lose power. You have won without saying a word. Your mission is to practice the pause. The next time someone tries to provoke you, count to 3, look them in the eye, and say nothing. See what happens. Watch them scramble to fill the void. Enjoy the power of your own quiet strength. Now we arrive at the great, liberating secret. You have been taught that conflict destroys peace. This is the false choice that has kept you silent. Conflict does not destroy peace. Unresolved conflict destroys peace. The peace you have been keeping by staying silent is a fake peace. It is a ceasefire built on a minefield. It is a lie. True peace, Stoic peace, is built on the other side of conflict. It is the peace that comes from clear boundaries, honest words, and mutual respect. It is a peace that has been tested and has survived. Now we move from the shadow into the light, from the silence of fear to the voice of power. 3 practical Stoic rituals to break your addiction to avoidance and to forge the habit of courageous speech. If something bothers you, you have 24 hours to address it. If you don't address it within 24 hours, you lose the right to complain about it to yourself. You must either speak up or truly let it go. This rule forces you to act. It prevents the resentment from rotting inside you. It forces you to be clean with your grievances. You will practice speaking your truth without attacking. You will use the formula: when fact happens, I feel emotion because reason. For example, when the meetings start late, I feel frustrated because I value our time. This is not an attack. It is a report on your internal state. It is hard to argue with, and it is honest. You will actively seek out small, low-stakes conflicts. You will send back a meal that is cold. You will correct a cashier who overcharged you. You will disagree with a friend on a movie choice. You are not being difficult. You are training. You are teaching your nervous system that conflict is not dangerous, that you can speak up and the world will not end. You are building the muscle of your voice. You have a voice. It was given to you for a reason. To use it is not an act of aggression. It is an act of existence. When you hide your truth to keep the peace, you are erasing yourself. You are becoming a ghost in your own life. Don't be a ghost. Be a person with edges, a person with boundaries, a person with a voice. The world does not need more nice, silent people. It needs real, honest, strong people. It needs you. The silence is broken. Your voice is ready. If you are ready to continue this training, to master the art of your own power, then subscribe to the Stoic Citadel. This is not a place for the silent. It is a training ground for those who speak. Go to the comments and declare your new vocal power. Write, "My voice has power." Your training continues. You have learned to handle conflict. Now, you must learn to handle the people who create it. Your next briefing is on the screen now. Click it to learn how to spot the hidden wars being fought against you.